Unlike many laboratories, at Virginia's state laboratory, the hope is that nothing novel is discovered. For example, in its collection of frozen samples of mosquitoes, or its countless test tubes of potential flu virus. Is this the one that actually is currently sweeping the nation? Or?
Correct.
The analysis conducted here and in state labs around the U.S. is submitted to the National Centers for Disease Control, or CDC, where deliberations can be made about the health of the nation and disease prevention.
The laboratory performs laboratory testing to support the identification of infectious diseases that are of public health significance, but we also can identify chemicals and other toxins that could potentially cause harm in the environment, to our food supply, and to the animal communities.
But this lab is already cutting back its testing and hiring due to a proposed 12% funding cut for the CDC, and that means reduced surveillance and reduced reaction times to an outbreak.
If you cut the funding for those people who are doing this work, it won't get done. If we have more than one outbreak at a time, if we had a foodborne disease outbreak at the same time we were trying to manage the Zika response, we would have been in big trouble. Because what you find is that the people who would respond to Zika are the same people who would be called upon to respond to a foodborne disease.
This is the lab where they test for Ebola. But following West Africa's Ebola outbreak, Congress awarded $600 million to the CDC to ensure such infectious diseases were kept out of the U.S. Labs in Africa, Asia, and Latin America were upgraded. 1,400 epidemiologists were trained. Outbreak response times have been reduced from weeks to hours. But due to budget fears, the CDC says it's already planning to scrap its operation in 39 countries, leaving just 10. The fear of an international pandemic may yet make Congress renew global funding when the money runs out. But a pattern has been established. While the U.S. news cycle is consumed by President Trump's tweets and speculation about Russia, regulations and funding that affect not just the well-being and security of Americans, but the rest of the world are quietly being swept away. Shihab, Rattansi, Al Jazeera, Richmond, Virginia.